Hey y'all, welcome back to another Bell Bonds Friday. Thank you for tuning in with me. And I love to bring my Bell Bond stories on Fridays. So are y'all ready to get into it? So this time I was actually chasing a female, right? I was actually chasing a female and it wasn't fun. Like I think the females are honestly the hardest to catch because guess what? We're we think alike, right? We think alike, and I, for me, in my profession, I found that females are the hardest to catch. So what happened? Of course, it started off. She missed court. Okay, no problem. Apparently, nobody knew where she was. Nobody knew, where she went. And the funny thing was is that she had 3 kids, right? So it's like you have 3 young kids at some point as a mother, I think you would show up, right? So I didn't think it was going to be that difficult, to be honest. I'm like, oh, she'll show up at some point. The boyfriend, no, it was her husband actually. He had taken the kids and moved back in with his mother because she had literally like just left. Like she was gone for real. He had no idea where she was. At first I thought he wasn't telling the truth. I'm like, you with your wife. Like, how she just went missing? But he wasn't. He wasn't. So I was like, okay, cool. So finally, what ended up happening, got word that she may have been cheating with this other guy who lived in a trailer home park. I was like, all right, we don't have to go there at nighttime. So literally went there at nighttime, y'all. I'm like hiding down in the backseat of my car, people walking right next to my car. And I'm like, these people see me, like they know what's going on. Like, oh my goodness. And I was just like, ain't no way I'm gonna get her out of this park. Somebody literally like came and leaned on my car. So I had to jump in the back seat and like make my ball up on the floor so that people wouldn't see me. Like it was crazy. So finally I was like, you know what, I'm tired of this. Like I've been out here long enough. She didn't come out of that house. So, let's go get her. So I had somebody with me. I was not alone. I was safe. Obviously, I'm here telling you the story, right? So went knocked on the door. So a girl came to the door. I got cussed at. It was fine. It was fine. They ain't opening no door, blah blah. I don't have no warrant. I can't come in their house. And this, that, and all this foolishness. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna let the police come and help me deal with this. Because when I went to knock on the door the first time, it was just me and the other bondsman. And we was like, it's gonna be cool, like not cool, like she just gonna be like, yeah, I'm going to jail, but we didn't think it was gonna be like that. So what ended up happening, we had to get the police involved. So the police came, knocked on the door. The girl shot out the back of the trailer home, left, and it was kids in there, but they weren't her kids. So she shot out the back door. So they're chasing her. She went and hid under another person's trailer home, like the crawl space. So I'm like, are you kidding? Like, it's like you don't want to go to jail that bad, but I guess not. Hey, she was on the run, right? So she went in here under there. So the police was like, they're gonna get her, whatever, whatever, the typical, thanks for calling, don't worry about it, we're gonna get her. I'm the type of person where I'm just like, I might want to stay, to make sure. So what ended up happening, she was under there. So it was kind of like a standoff situation. Like, are you going to come from under there or not? So they were going to get dogs and all that kind of stuff. But that ended up not happening. So it was like, all right, they, trying to get her from under this crawl space of this trailer home that she's in. And so finally, a car came up and I thought it was weird. I'm like, I don't think she under that crawl space no more. Like I really think somehow, and mine is dark. It's super dark. I think somehow they have missed her or they just got too relaxed or whatever the case may be. Like y'all waiting too long to go up in there and get her. And it was weird. Like the car pulled up and so we're in like this circular place or whatever, and the car sat for a little while, turned the car, but nobody ever got out. So it was really, really dark. And yeah, she was gone like a magician. That girl was gone. Okay? I don't know how she got out of there. I don't know, whatever, but somebody came and picked her up. She got in that car, that we saw. So I'm like, this ain't sitting right with me. Like, y'all a little bit too lax. Like, y'all think she just under there, she gonna stay. And when they finally like went under there, got everything together that they needed to do to go under there, she was gone. She had gotten into that car that came into the trailer home. So I'm just like, you gotta be kidding me. Like, you have got to be kidding me. So of course we didn't arrest her that night. So we keep going on. I got more leads about where she would be, could be. She was hanging with different people and, posting on social media. So I was following her closely. And then I know at one point, whatever house she was in where they left the kids, because the police got called there and she was there, like DCF got involved, which is Department of Children and Families here in Florida. And so the girl who owned the trailer home, she was upset at me because, and I'm like, you don't want Harper and fugitives at your house. Like, that really don't got nothing to do with me, man. But, whatever the case may be, whatever, however. So what ended up happening is her husband pretended like, he didn't care about what she was doing and, that he wanted her back, so to speak, just to kind of get information about where she was. And then, of course, she wanted to see the kids. So he started building more of a rapport with her. And honestly, he was reporting back to us because he was going to be responsible for that bond. And he signed the paperwork. So he was fulfilling his obligation of helping us. And, hopefully, she would go and do the right thing. Or if she didn't go do the right thing, we were going to catch her and, she would change her life around and get on the right path, right? So what ended up happening, he gave me information about where she was, and I was like, so I actually went to church this Sunday morning. I went to church. And I said, I'm just going to ride by this house, and see if she over there. Because it was, it was not too far from my church. Lo and behold, I rode by on a nice Sunday afternoon. And she was standing outside. They was having a good old time. They was getting ready to have a party. I don't know what they was getting ready to have a barbecue, but she was going to jail that day. So I was like, she is right here. But of course, I'm by myself. So I'm not going there over there with all those people by myself. So I ended up like, it was a duplex type area. So I parked on the other side of the duplex so I could actually see what was going on. I made a couple calls to some bondsmen. They were not available. I'm like, bump it. I'm calling the police. Like, I don't have time. So I made the call to the police. They came, the girl ran inside, but she did not get away this time because what ended up happening, because the police actually physically saw her, they, were telling her, like, hey, I can come in this house and get you. And the people who were in the neighborhood were like, you need to come out of there. They didn't want to hire her anymore because she wasn't honest about her situation. So it actually worked out really good, on my Sunday afternoon after church, just strolling on by, riding on by, trying to verify. And there she was outside, and there she went to jail. Okay, so it was very interesting because I didn't catch her the first time. I don't know how she disappeared from under that trailer home that she was under the first time with the police there. So hey, things happen. She was a magician that day. It just wasn't meant for us to catch her that day. But oh lo and behold, that good old Sunday afternoon, it went down. And she went where she was supposed to go. The husband did not have to pay the bond, and all ended well. So I hope y'all enjoyed this story. It is Friday night. I'm gonna go live tomorrow. Got a track meet tomorrow, so I will be going live tomorrow. So if you're interested in track and field, it's the regionals will be doing that. And during that time, I won't be doing no bail bonds work. It's all about the kids and supporting. So thank you for hanging out with me, listening to that bail bond story. It was interesting. It was, chasing another woman is hard work. It is hard work, believe it or not. But she got up out of there, but the husband was not playing. So as I always say every Friday, just go to court because we coming. We coming if you don't. All right. So I will see y'all next Friday with another bail bond story. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and share it with somebody. Sharing is caring. It really is. It really is.